Hi everybody, Assalamualaikum. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. If it's your first time coming into this channel, over here we talk about food trucks, how to start a food truck, what goes around starting a food truck, the challenges, some strategies you can think about, some tips, and also some life experiences. Today's video, what we are going to talk about is about how you're going to start a food truck. I've got this question many times. I think you can answer this in two ways. The first way is the technical side of it, and that is a very easy question to answer, about what kind of permits you need, the documentation and stuff. You can usually get these answers online, or if you like, call your council or go down to your council and speak to them. Usually they are more than happy to help you guys out. I've got most of the things that I need through the council, and they've been very, very helpful. The questions that I usually get is more of the thinking process about how you start a food truck. An example would be like, what kind of food should I sell? How big do I need my food truck to be? How much money do I need to start a food truck? These are the questions that people usually ask. And I would like to give you a few answers that I thought was beneficial for me, and it was helpful for me to be able to start my food truck. Alright, the first thing is what to sell. I think this is the most essential thing. And before you start a food truck or any food business for that matter, you need to be able to think and see if this is something meaningful for you. If you like to be part of the hospitality, if you like serving people, if you like providing people this kind of services, this is something is important, because if you like this, it really, really helps you to motivate you to do even more. And then also, if you like cooking, you also have good taste buds, and it's very important to be able to start a food business. Now that you like to cook, this is something that you like to do, you have a good taste bud. Now you got to think about what kind of food to sell. I can't tell you exactly what food you should sell, but essentially this, I can share with you the key principles. The key principles of what you need to be able to start this, or what you need to think about before starting the food truck. And the first thing I would share with you guys is you need to draw inspiration. What I drew inspiration from looking at one of the restaurants in Malaysia, in Johor, and they started this product which became very, very popular. And I thought about why it became popular, and I realized there's two things. This product was called nasi lemak lobster. I'm sure you guys heard the word nasi lemak before. It's quite popular here in Australia as well. But nasi lemak lobster is something very unique, because no one has ever done nasi lemak and lobster at the same time, which gave these guys a very, very unique selling point, and made a lot of people attracted to come down and have a look at what this product is all about. And why did they attract such a huge following or huge demand? Was because nasi lemak was something that everybody knew. Everybody knew what was nasi lemak. Nasi lemak is so common that the different ethnic backgrounds from where we're from have their own rendition of what is nasi lemak. Example, the Chinese have their own rendition, the Malays have their own rendition, the Indians have their own rendition. All the different communities, I'm sure even the Eurasians might have their own rendition. Everyone has their own rendition of what is nasi lemak. And so it's very, very widely known in the community. But what set these guys apart, which is their uniqueness, was the lobster. So they sold this nasi lemak together with this lobster which no one has seen before. So I realized that I had to follow that kind of thinking as well. I had to create a product which was unique yet commonly known in the community. And this is something which is different. I'm not living in Southeast Asia, so using the same principles, I applied it here. And Alhamdulillah, it turned out to be good. And this is something that you can also think about. Think about what kind of product which is commonly known in the community, yet you could add value to it by creating a unique feature about this food that could attract people to your food truck, to your food business. After you have found this product, after you discovered what this product is, next thing you need to do is then get your friends and family to come down and try out your food. I think friends and family are a great way to get feedback on the food that you have. Ask them for honest and transparent feedback. Right now at this stage, if you're trying out what kind of food you want to do, getting honest feedback is the most important part you need. Getting their feedback is essential. And after that first try, do it 2 or 3 times. Do it 2 or 3 times until you yourself are satisfied with the flow, the processes of how to run this food truck, and also the feedback of the taste and the quality of your food. Not just asking them to taste, how you can improve. Get their feedback about selling prices. This is so that you'll be able to understand your demographics more, in order that you could improve on your current product, in order that you can add the most value to your customers in the future. So once you have done this and your family and friends are amazed by your food, they are so happy, you are confident that you have got the processes on, The next thing you need to think about is how are you going to run it. This is a very important thing to think about. Sometimes you don't want to go into a product and then when you start the food truck, realizing that you can't run it by yourself. So what kind of product will also essentially mean how many people you need to run it. Example, if you run a coffee truck, you don't need many people, you just need one person or maximum two. But if you run a burger joint, you can't run by just one person. You need at least 2 to 3 people to come and help you out in the operations. So these are some things that you need to think about. And when you think about this, also think about if you want to run it by yourself, do you have the manpower to run it? Can you get your friends and family to come and help you? If there's no one there to help you, could you afford staff? And if you can't afford staff, then how about looking into partnerships, looking into people who will want to run it with you? These are some things that you can think about in running a food truck. Most importantly is that you need to be honest with yourself and think about it honestly and see if this is something that you could do by yourself, or if you can't, look into how you can get help and get support. Alhamdulillah, for me, my family were there for me. They came and helped me out, they supported me, and it was amazing because having people around you who supports you to make sure that you have all you need to get this going is very important. And it was helpful for me, and I'm sure it'll be very helpful for you. Alright, now that you figured all this thing out, the next thing you need to think about is suppliers. Are you going to get it from Coles? Are you going to get it from Woolies, Aldi? Are you going to get it from local wholesalers? If you're selling protein, are you going to get it from the butcher, from the wholesaler? These are all the questions that you need to ask yourself. And what is most important is try your very best to find wholesalers and try to get a delivery service, because especially in Melbourne, travel time takes a long time. Sometimes I spend on the road at this early stage at least 4 to 5 hours daily, traveling back and forth, sending stock, collecting stock, and it takes a long time. So try your very best to find delivery options, and it can be very, very helpful if you find delivery options. Alright, the next thing is you want to think about is finance. I think this is the number one question which gets a lot of people afraid and shy away of thinking about whether they want to start the food truck. I can totally understand why. Because a decent food truck will cost you about $50,000 to $60,000. A proper food truck will cost you about 100 grand. Who's going to invest in such a food truck if it costs that much? Especially when there's so many variables, there's so many risks, so many things that you do not know. So I think that's the reason why most people shy away from starting a food truck, because it can be quite scary thinking that you need to invest such a huge amount of money into a food truck. It was very scary for me as well, because I also didn't have that kind of money. So what did I choose to do? Because I did not believe in taking in loans, I did not believe in going with usurious contracts. I looked at the other option. And what was the option? I looked into rentals and leasing. Yes, rental and leasing is more expensive than getting a loan and paying back the bank. But for me, as a Muslim, and I think not having a usurious transaction in your business is the reason of why we get blessings in our business. So I didn't want to go into it. I didn't want to go into I didn't want to get into a debt. So that's why I chose to go into a rental. There are companies out there who are offering rental service. You can have a look at it and look if it's something that makes sense for you. But if you don't want to do that, another thing which I did and you can do as well is just reach out to people. I contacted about 50 to 60 people who were selling their food trucks online and offline, and out of that 50 to 60, one of them replied and said, yes, I'll be interested to rent you out. And I was pretty transparent with him. I said, no, I don't have so much capital, but I want to start this business. And Alhamdulillah, this guy was very, very supportive and he helped me out. And honestly guys, honestly speaking, sometimes we just gotta ask. There are many people out there who will be more than happy to help us out. So just contact them, share with them. And Alhamdulillah, this guy, after discussing with him, we came to agreement and he rented out his food truck to me. And that is how I started. I didn't want to go into debt, and because I managed to make this agreement with this person, now I did not need such a heavy capital to start the food truck. And all the the money that I have to be used as capital now can be used to invest in more valuable things for the business. So this is something that we can think about, something that we can consider in starting the food truck. If you want to start a food truck, look into lean businesses. Try not to get yourself in debt. It can be very, very helpful. The next thing you want to think about is location. Where are you going to sell it? Are you going to sell it at the markets? Are you going to just sell it during the weekends? Are you going to be part of a food truck park? Are you going to do this on the part-time? All of these things, and this essentially will answer the question of your location. location is essential for you to reach out to the right target audience. For example, I've been part of Akuna Market, but Akuna Market is a breakfast, more of a breakfast kind of a market. No one eats tacos for breakfast. If you're going to an event, what time is the event? Is it a morning crowd? Is it an evening crowd? Is it a dinner crowd? All of these are important for you to be able to get to a right location. Another thing, if you are thinking of doing it on a full-time basis, then look for a location where there is high traffic. For me personally, why did I choose Halal was that when I looked at Halal, I thought about two locations. One is that it is a high traffic area. There's a lot of people passing by Halal. It's close to the train station. I also looked at on Google and to study the traffic times, study when they are usually busy, and also there's a lot of offices around there. That is what I thought about before I joined Halal. Another thing that I thought about as well was because Ibrahim Amran Kebab was there as well. If they were there, if they have been there for over 25 years, why can't another food truck, a food business, survive in that location? It means he has traffic. It is convenient enough for people to stop, and there's ample parking. Another thing is, if also to think about is how is your customers going to get to you? Are they going to walk there? Are they going to drive there? If they're walking there, is it a convenient location for them to travel? Or if they're going to drive there, is there ample parking? All of these stuffs are essential for you to find your location and to decide on where is the best place for you to go. Be it an event, a permanent location, a weekend location. You got to think about all of this stuff before you start a food truck. Another thing which people often forget when starting a food truck is having their real estate online. Think about it. The internet is like a real estate. We need to have real estate online, and the more real estate we have online will be a good thing for us. So look into Google, look into social media, look into websites, and see how you can get your product listed in this online real estate as much as possible, because it can help you in the long term, especially if you're thinking to start this business on the long term. This is essential part of running a food business. Once you have all of these things figured out, then give yourself an action plan. How are you going to do this? How much time are you going to put in effort to this? Personally, I give myself 6 months. 6 months is enough of a time for me to look if this is something which is workable, if this is something which if I want to spend my time on. And this is important because it gives us some sort of timeline for us to decide if this is something that is meant for us. We don't want to get stuck in a perpetual loop. And it also fits back to the whole idea of running on a lean business. We don't get ourselves heavily in debt. It makes us nimble, makes us able to move around easily when we need to change our product example, if we need to change our location example, if we need to change how we set up the food truck. Having a lean business gives us this ability to be nimble in all these kinds of circumstances. And having this action plan is very, very helpful so that you can have a clear direction of where you're heading. And the last and final thing I would say is the mentality that goes around it. I don't want to speak for everybody, but for me personally, I try to make money not my primary objective in starting Halal Food Tacos. Of course, money is important, but it's not the essential part of Halal Food Tacos. For me, what does Halal Food Tacos aim to do? One of the key things is that we want to provide a 5-star customer service inspired by the prophetic model. And this is what we've been striving for. If you come down to food truck, this is what we try to do. We try to make sure we take care of you guys, serve you guys the best way, give you guys a good time, make sure that we serve you good quality products, make sure that we take care of the products and how we serve them in the food truck. All of these are important for us, and alhamdulillah, because we have made that one of our important values, this has translated to good feedback from the community, and this is something which I am deeply appreciative of. Another thing that Halal Food Tacos aims to do is we aim to elevate the community around us. How can we add value to other people's life? Be it the businesses around us, be it our partners who have worked with us. We want to be able to add value to everyone around us, and so we are not looking to earn a fast buck from people. We are looking to earn long-term relationships, and this is essential for a good business to survive in the long term. We want to be able to elevate everyone around us. We don't want to be in a situation where we are in the upper hand and we are strangling on the people down or below us. We want to be businesses which supports everyone around us, and this is one of the reasons and the values of Halal Food Tacos. And I try my very best to run this business in that mentality, and these are the things which you want to think about, because once we make money, our primary objective, when days are a bit difficult, we lose spirit. When days gets a bit hard, we lose spirit, and we don't want to be in that situation. You know, we want to be able to make meaningful impact in the community, and this is the way that we have to think about it. And for me, this has been very helpful for me, and I'm sure for those of you who are thinking about starting a food truck or also in the business already, I'm sure you guys will agree with me as well. That's all I have for you guys today. These are the things that you need to think about before you start a food truck. And if you guys have any questions, any feedbacks, any things that you want to discuss, I'm more than happy to have this discussion with you. That's all for me today. I hope to see you guys again soon. See you guys at the food truck. Assalamualaikum. Bye-bye.